Exciting day today. Finally got in the DDPai Mini 3. A lot of you probably have not heard of this company, but a lot of you do know that in most of my vehicles I always put in an in-car vehicle camera. I do that for security purposes in case there's anybody that has insurance fraud. I know down in South Florida it was very popular for the insurance fraud trick where someone would dart in front of your vehicle and then they would slam on the brakes and simply tell the police officer that they saw a dog run across the street after you ran into the back of them. And then they collect money. So I really encourage everyone to get an in-car vehicle camera. I used to be a huge fan of Blackview, and then Blackview really shot up their prices. So about 2 years ago, I started researching and I came across a new company called DDPai. That's all one word, DDPai. I'll put a link in the description down below. But this is their new Mini 3. And what's very unique about this one is I believe, at least from everything that I've searched on Google, this is the only in-vehicle camera that has built-in storage. So why is that a big deal? Well, it's a big deal because oftentimes an SD card has to be removed. You have to reformat it, get all the partitions where they need to be. And so for me, if I have to do that about every 2 weeks like they recommend, I'll forget. And then in time, you can have a corrupted SD card. What's nice about having an SD card instead of an internal memory like this one has is you can remove that SD card chip, put it inside your phone, and go through the files very quickly. This, however, has a Wi-Fi system, so you connect to the Wi-Fi of the DDPai, and then you're able to download your videos, any photos that you may have taken throughout your trip. So it can be a little bit more cumbersome, and it could also take a little bit more time instead of just popping on an SD card, putting it inside of your cell phone if your cell phone allows SD card storage. And doing it that way. Of course, also with the SD card, you can put it inside of your laptop or your computer, and you've got that as well. So for me, I'm okay with this. I've used a Wi-Fi in-car vehicle camera before, and it's not that much of a hassle for me. It does take about 30 more seconds to a minute longer than if you just remove the SD card and put it inside of your cell phone. So your mileage may vary, of course. Anyway, let's get into it. We're going to do an unboxing video of the DDPai Mini 3. So pumped about this because, again, I think it's the only one that has built-in storage unit. And I also like that it writes at around 12 megs to 12.8 megs per second. That's a big deal because most that have SD cards only write at around 10 megabits and below. What's good about 12 megabits, or I should say anything higher than 10, or the more megabits that you have, the better. I know that the new Blackview DR900S, I think, is doing write speeds at 24 megabits. It's just incredible to me. But they're also doing 4K, whereas this one is really only 2K video, maximum resolution. So, long story short, this one has really good megabit write speed. I'm a huge fan of the internal storage system idea, and let's get into it. This is how it comes in from DDPai. Generic white plastic around the casing. Every DDPai in-car vehicle camera that I have ever had has always had really good boxing. Their packaging has been incredible. And of course, same thing with this. The new Mini 3 has just comes in a great box. I love the way that they do their systems. I've had a Mini, I've had the original Mini, I should say, the Mini 2, I've had the Mini 2P, and now we're going to try out the Mini 3. I love that this is a matte black. It's not glossy black. It's not going to shine against the sun. If the sun hits it at just the right angle, none of that. It's very discreet. Huge fan. Well done, DDPai, on the Mini 3 coloring scheme. You've got your extended USB Type A to USB, that's not a Type C, what is that? USB, I don't know what it is. Mini USB, yeah, there we go. So we got USB Type A to USB Mini. Now this is just for the power adapter. We are not going to be using the cigarette lighter adapter to charge this. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to take this, I'm going to splice it, and then I'm going to hook it up to my rear view camera's power so that whenever the vehicle is on, it's automatically going to turn on the Mini 3. This is in case you want to hook it up to your laptop or your computer system that you might have at your house. Comes with a toolkit so that you can tuck it in your headliner, you can tuck it into the A pillar, the B pillar. This is a sticker system for the new and improved remote control. This is the new and improved remote control. This is the sticker for the remote control. And you can put the remote control anywhere inside the vehicle. This is using Bluetooth, I think 4.0, I don't know, what is it, Bluetooth? Doesn't say. Okay, well anyway, I'm pretty sure it's using Bluetooth. And what you do is you mount this at a remote location inside of your vehicle where you can easily access it. You press the button one time, and what it does is it records about a 10-second interval of whatever activity you're seeing at that moment. It'll also record, I believe, 4 seconds prior to when you hit the button, and then the remaining 6 seconds occurs after you've hit that button. So it's a 10-second video. Great idea. They're the only ones that I know that are doing this. So they got two things that are the only people that I know doing this, and that's the remote function and also the built-in storage on the in-car camera itself. Got the cigarette lighter adapter that I'll never use. So here's your main base. And what you do is you install this on your windshield. This will never move. This is static. It'll always remain where you place it on your windshield. And then the camera itself slides inside. And now you're able to move the camera 360 degrees. So if you have an activity going on inside your vehicle, or maybe you drive for Uber or what have you, and you've got a passenger that may be acting a little unruly, you can just twist the camera around and get a capture of what's going on inside of your cabin. It does have a built-in microphone. So there we go. This has been the unboxing of the DDPai Mini 3. I'll have a review video coming up along with an installation video inside of my i3, so stay tuned.